EFT can be a very powerful tool for healing life issues, and we do that by healing the root cause memories from childhood that created that life issue. And once we heal those memories, the life issue itself becomes healed. However, many people have a hard time remembering any specific memories from when they were a child. So what do you do in a situation like that? In this video, we're going to talk about how to handle that common situation so that you can successfully heal your life issues using EFT. By the way, if you don't know how to heal painful childhood memories using EFT, I have another video that shows you how to do that, and there's a link in the description. My name is Stefan Gonick. I'm an expert EFT practitioner and trainer from EFTalive.com. Now, it's going to be easier to talk about this whole thing if we use an example. So I had a client, we'll call him John, who was struggling with feeling that he wasn't good enough. And he often was trying to be perfect to try and compensate for that. Now, it turns out that this came from experiences he had with his mother, who was always pointing out what was wrong and never praising him for what was right in things that he did. So you can understand that this could cause that kind of feeling in him that he wasn't good enough. Like he felt like nothing he did was ever good enough for his mother. Now, the way to heal this kind of thing would be to heal 3, 4, 5 example memories of his mother, being negative about what he was doing, pointing out what was wrong and not acknowledging what was right. And that would heal the life issue. And for some of my clients, it's not hard for them to do that. They can think of various different examples of their parent doing the thing they did. But in John's case, as is often the case with my clients, he said, I can't think of any specific examples of my mother doing that. I know that she did that, but I can't remember any particular individual memories. So what do you do in a situation like that? Well, what you do is that instead of trying to think of specific memories, the thing that people can often are able to remember is what I call the general scenario. So he was able to talk about the fact that his mother did that kind of thing. And even though he couldn't remember a specific memory, he can remember the kind of stuff she did. And in particular, what you were looking for is sort of the emotional energy when she was doing what she was doing. So that would include like her tone of voice, her facial expression, the emotions behind it, which would be, critical, judgmental. Well, just to broaden it out, different kinds of things a parent may be coming, where they're coming from as they're doing their painful behavior would be, critical, judgmental, angry, contemptuous, scornful, things like that. So there'd be the emotional energy behind what his mother said, and just that general scenario of her pointing out, well, you did that wrong, and never pointing out what was right. And so what we would do is use that general scenario as if it was a memory. Okay, so we're not going to have specifics because we don't remember, the specific instance, but we do remember the general kinds of things she said, and like I said, her tone of voice, facial expression, and her emotional energy. And then what we would do is arbitrarily pick an age that are within the formative years. So our formative years are 0 to 8. All of our life issues are in place by the time we're 8. Now, the one exception to that is if you have some kind of traumatic memory that could affect you older than 8. But generally, by 8 years old, our life issues are in place. So we would pick an age like 6 or 7. That's within 0 to 8, right? And then, so what I would do is I'd have my client, close, in his case, John's case, I had him close his eyes, and I said, think of that scenario. Imagine that general scenario that we identified, and imagine being 6 or 7. And then that becomes the memory. And it doesn't matter even if she did it when he was 6 or 7. We know that she did it pretty much his whole life. So it's reasonably safe to assume she did it when he was 6 or 7. But that doesn't even actually matter. We just pick a number, like I say, within the formative years, and then use that as if it was a specific memory, even though it's not. And that is really effective for healing that experience that he had. And then, normally, like I say, you would heal 3 to 5 specific memories. So you would just repeat working on that general scenario, 3, 4, 5 times, and it would have the same outcome. So the result in John's case is, this feeling that he wasn't good enough. I asked him to measure on a scale of 0 to 10 at the beginning, and he said it was a 9 out of 10. So after we, worked on the first memory, using a general scenario, really, right? I asked him again, okay, now what does it feel like? And he said, now it feels like about a 5 out of 10, feeling not good enough. And then we did a few more memories, or really the same general scenario memory each time. And that number kept going down, down, down until he got down to 0, and he didn't have that feeling that he wasn't good enough anymore. And instead, he felt much more comfortable and confident. And he also didn't feel the need to try and be perfect, because remember, trying to be perfect was his sort of way of compensating for feeling not good enough and trying to win his mom's approval that he was never able to get. So this trying to be perfect thing, this perfection issue that he had developed, was like a side effect, and that just went away. So this is a really cool way that you can use to work on the situation where you don't have any specific memories. Now, there is a more challenging case than that even. And this is where you absolutely have no memory at all, from your early childhood years, and you're not able to think of the general scenario. So like in his case, he sort of remembered that, this is how my mom treated me. But sometimes a person will have a life issue and they have no idea where it comes from. So what do you do in a case like that? Well, I have another video, again, the link will be in the description, of how to get in touch with the root cause memories that are the cause of the life issue you're trying to address. So it's something I use with my clients, of course, but it's something you can do on your own. And in fact, there's a process in that video that leads you through it. That's it's like a guided process where you can just do it each time you have a life issue and you're trying to figure out what caused it from your childhood. You would just go along with the process in the video, and it would help you get in touch with it. So using the technique in this video of getting in touch with the general scenario as if it was a memory to heal your life issues, or the techniques in the other video to how to get in touch with what the root cause of a life issue is, you can then heal as many life issues as you want to address so that you have a much freer and happier life. So I hope this video was helpful. If it was, it would really help me and other people to find the video if you take a second to like it. On my website at EFTalive.com, I have a free ebook called Change Your Beliefs, Change Your Life Using the Magic of EFT that shows you how to release the negative beliefs that have been holding you back in your life. I look forward to responding to your questions and comments in the comments below. Subscribe to my channel to get my latest videos about EFT and enhancing your life. And keep tapping, clear your blocks and issues, and you too can have the amazing life that you want. See you on the next video.